Woo! I just sang that whole minute. I forgot about the song. That wasn't even what I wanted to talk about. But man, oh man, I knew that. I knew like 95% of the words off the top of my head, and I haven't listened to that in at least 6 months. I guarantee. Okay, minute 127. Okay, it's like 50-50 of whether people love the song for the final fight. I absolutely adore it. I am here for it. It got me so jazzed, but that wasn't the thing that I hinted at the last minute. The thing that I hinted at the last minute was Harry pulling the lasso off his neck. Is the most badass, like, weirdest thing that is so badass. You know, that's for me. From the first time, person I was dating at the time, I was like, oh, that's the most badass. Just it's so awkward relatively to other like badass action moments, I guess, if you're just pulling a rope off your neck. But I absolutely love it. Let's get into this. All right, so we start with him having the gun taken away or like knocked off, but he holds on to his lasso, hits the electricity, and boom, into this slow motion. We get like a ramp up of the or whatever the music was, and then going into the Boss Hoss cover of Word Up. And honestly, this is my version now. I love the original Boss Hoss. It's good, but this is mine forever now. And just that look and how it catches on Harry's hair, I absolutely love it. And him letting go just in time before the electricity hits him. I love Colin Firth. He's amazing. Ooh, Whiskey was very smart. He kicked the briefcase even further away from the guys to to enhance the chances of keeping it out of their grasp. And then Eggsy sees, he goes for the gun, but he catches Whiskey coming around for another badass moment. He's coming around with the electric whip, and he just fucking twirls through like a badass. Oh my God, I love it. And then Whiskey tries to go after Harry, and Harry successfully dodges down again just in time, but takes out how many stools? Let's see. I'm checking, and it is 1, 2, 3. You know, the reason I really got onto this series or this franchise was back in the day I saw Wanted, which was directed by Timur Bekendikov. I don't remember his name. He did 2 Russian films, I believe, called Night Watch and Day Watch, which are fantastic. So I was like, ooh, Wanted from the same guy. It's going to be excellente. And it was. And then I went on to Kick-Ass because it was the same comic book creator. And, of course, after Mark Millar and Jane Goldman just captured my heart with that film, followed them to this, which is another Mark Millar adaptation / co-creation. And but my point is that Wanted did a thing where it would speed up or have at normalish speeds and then slow motion and alternate through that. And that's what we just got when Whiskey tried to kill Harry. Because he goes, and actually we had that too when Eggsy went through the lasso where it was going normal and then it slowed down for a little bit. So we get him whip over at Harry, and then once he starts cutting through those stools, then it slows down, and then whew, it comes back to normal in the same shot before it comes back to the next shot. So I love those details, and oh my gosh, Whiskey is so good. He cut Eggsy's fucking gun in half. I actually wonder, like, would the gun still be able to fire technically? Because he just cut the nose off of it. It would be less of a track to go down for the bullet in terms of aiming. But, I mean, it could fire the gun. And, Harry gets in there, gets a couple good hits in on Whiskey. On the second hit, then we get a slow motion of Whiskey getting just sucker punched. And he flips Whiskey over. And, Whiskey just clocked him in the head with his foot. He kicked him. Oh, and then Eggsy did the same thing. That's beautiful. Whiskey grabs his gun, is letting off shots, and did Harry just hit the gun out of Whiskey's hand? Let me see. Going back again. Boom, boom. Yep, he hit it out of his hand with the rifle, and then Whiskey holds on to the rifle, and we get spun around. A clever cover to 3 different shots. Yep, they in around 37 seconds. They do that twice, where they go over and then come back and use either Whiskey's back or Whiskey's hat to cover a cut in between different shots. And Whiskey almost gets a knife into Harry's back, but Eggsy saves him. And Harry gets a good sucker punch in on Whiskey, but he blocks the next hit and then punches Eggsy's face off. Damn. Not literally, obviously. And then he slices at Harry, and we get another covered cut. And, he almost got Eggsy, but he cut the Coca-Cola covered I don't know, whatever, shell. Not counter. The sides of the counter. We got like 5 different times of them covering over a cut. Very cleverly. Wait a minute. Harry just kicked Whiskey, but he seemed to be falling backwards after kicking him. So let me see how this works out. Okay, he was not going to fall down. I love that camera spin. How the camera spins with Whiskey tumbling over the counter. What a beaut. What a beaut. And that was that minute. That was that. Love this fucking song. Boss Hoss. Word up. I'm going to see you in minute 128. That's the word, and that's what's up. I'm not apologizing for being corny. See you there, Kingsman lovers. Pew pew.